amazing. He's a mentalist, and you'll see the magic he can do. So without further ado, he's 5'9", weighing at 150 pounds, the Mentalist, champion of the world, Showtime. Welcome to the MGM Grand. Ticketmaster presents a special event, an evening with TranSe. Aerial coverage provided by Goodyear. Goodyear, the tires that keep your cars going. This copyrighted telecast may not be retransmitted, redistributed, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of TranSe.
That was fun.
That was crazy.
Thank you,
Sir?
Hello, hi. You guys
Hi.
okay?
Oh,
I'm actually a part of the show. Maybe just hold this. Hold on. Whoops. Okay, there we go. Okay. Hello. My name's TranSe. Hi. Everyone's been sounding amazing. I don't sing, so I'm gonna be the one oddball out. But I'm gonna do something. God, I feel bad for doing this. I need to release. So open mics are about releasing and getting things off your chest. So I wrote something a couple days ago after a dream that I had, where I was looking at my past self in the mirror, and it was like they were talking to each other. And it turns out that it wasn't them talking to each other, it was like the third perspective, like the me outside of everything, looking into the both of them, talking to them. And I wrote something about that through this. So I'm gonna read that one first, and I'm gonna do something else afterwards. That's cool. That cool?
Yep.
Okay. Whew. God, that takes a lot of breath out of you. You guys can hear me, right? You guys, we're good? Okay. Sorry I'm reading off the phone for the first one, but it's called Do You Remember? There was a time when you walked with your head parallel to the ground, hoping to go unseen. You walked with a hoodie so far on that no one can even see your face. You walked as a shadow in the night, and you felt as one too. You named yourself Ace. Named the dark side of your main character Spade because you felt as if you were the coldest person on earth, not because you were cool, but because the Ace of Spades is the darkest card in the deck. Do you remember this? Do you remember the tears clinging to your chin for dear life? You held on to them until you felt as if if you should hold on no longer. You felt as if you had made it. If you had made it far enough, then one day people would like you. One day people would want to be your friend. One day people would not call you ugly. People would say that you were cool and they would want you around. One day, you were the greatest magician. You can make any and everyone disappear in an instant. You didn't even have to try. You were the best when it came to yourself. Do you remember this? Walking up to the door, wondering if your father will kick you out of the house today. Maybe your father will tell you you are worthless today. Maybe your dad will press down on your chest again, and this time if you hold your breath the right way, you'll pass out and finally sleep peacefully. Forever was all you wanted, but it never came for peace of mind. But it was there for you But it was there for you when you couldn't win. The fights you couldn't win, the bullies that made the blood drip from your lip, the people that wanted to see you suffer more than you already were. Do you remember this? The time you told your mother and your sister about your 3 suicide attempts, watched them laugh in your faces if you never mattered. Proved the point, right? Proved the point, didn't it? The darkness follows you when you fall and you tried again at the same time at the end of the night. Father telling you that if you died, he would not cry, but he would be at your funeral. It's a game you never felt good at. It's a game you never felt good enough at. You were called a loser at every turn. Smoke this, loser. Drink this, loser. Take this, loser. Another failed attempt at removing your life from play, you loser. Do you remember this? The girls that broke you down before your induction into a trance. Your best friend's sister started to change. One weekend, she told you that it was done because of a favor, that none of it was real, and that you should just get over it. Years of being a loser made it hard for you to do that until the crazy singer came next. Raped by her own brothers, you tried to be there, but she took so much out of you. She took so much from you, terrorized near 2 months of your life, threatened to have her other boyfriend end your life, never knowing that he was still in the picture when you were there, even fucked your so-called friend, never knowing that you were a toy in her gigantic game, never wanted to speak to her again. The online match came next. She was a sweet woman for about 3 days. Wanting to take a break and never letting you know why. When will it end? When will you be good enough? When will things be good again? You were sitting there, here in the unknown, wishing clarity was given until the loner came in. And she was cool. No complaints. She seemed to end it with you because she was moving. Things were great. You felt love. But then you realized that it was only the love of having someone there for you. Ending 2 months in, you swore never to settle again. You swore never to just go with the first person that showed you attention. Do you remember this? The point you swore you were going to touch perfection. You lost yourself in improvements, became hypnotized at the art of fooling people, became mesmerized by the act of being perfect. That you forgot that perfect is the thing that will hinder you. For once, you felt perfect. You had no reason to improve for years. TranSe was that perfection. He was the one that stopped letting his emotions run him. He was the one that didn't settle for anyone that was unworthy of his time. He was the most confident person you ever saw stare back at you in the mirror. And to be honest, it scared you. It scared you because you knew that at the time, TranSe was not you. He was a creation that became a reality, a mask that you wore because you would burn in any type of light. TranSe was one of the coolest people that you knew. And you knew you could never be that cool, didn't you? Standing in a crowd is scary, but for him, it wasn't. Standing in front of people is scary, but for him, it wasn't. Reading people's minds in such a way that they believed you had powers is scary, but for him, it wasn't. Talking to cute girls is scary, but for him, it wasn't. Not letting yourself fall for anyone that bats their eyes a certain way is hard to do, but damn it, he was good at it. But letting someone into the deepest part of your brain, your heart, your life, that part was hard for the both of you. Do you remember this? Do you remember this? Do you remember this? I'm talking to you, TranSe. Do you remember when you felt like you should kill Anthony because he was not worthy? Do you remember when you felt like letting people in was just getting in the way? Do you remember when you lost yourself in what everyone expected you to be and forgot who the fuck you were? Do you remember when you fell in love and it terrified you that you actually had vulnerability to anyone? Do you remember the day you lost the greatest man in your life and you felt that maybe TranSe isn't good enough? Do you remember crying your eyes out with regret that you never showed that man what he always thought you could be? Do you remember the last time you cried? It was yesterday. Around 9:30 p.m. Do you remember being fucking perfect now? You never were. You still are, deep inside, the kid that fails at everything. The kid you wanted to erase. You're still the greatest magician in the world because you just got good at making your mistakes look like it's part of the trick. Maybe now that your heart has humbled you, you can never forget again.
Ooh.
That was depressing. Okay. I I've never read that out. I literally wrote it and then I left it alone and I was like, I'm not gonna read it. Then I was like, first time, I need to get it off my chest, so I read it. But I'm gonna do one more thing, and hopefully this will bring up the spirits of the night, because we don't want to go home sad, right? Like that guy TranSe, I went home, I cried for him because God, him. I don't want that to happen. So I have a question. It's gonna sound a little weird, but does anyone have a cell phone that has the numbers that the number code to unlock it? You have? Okay. Can we use your cell phone if that's fine? Okay, just come up here. You don't have to unlock it now. Just have your phone ready. So just is it? Okay, perfect. Okay, this is perfect. Okay, I'm gonna put this here. You can stay there. I'm gonna need you. What's your name?
Shan?
Shan?
Yeah.
TranSe. Everyone, say hi, Shan.
Hello.
Shan.
Hi.
First of all, I want to know if 100% you're okay with us using your phone for this next crazy bit of craziness. You might not be at the end of it, just warning, just letting you know. But also, do you have like Facebook apps and like kind of like personal things that are in your phone?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so fair enough to say that if someone was to like find it and unlock it, it would just kind of be kind of scary because they would have access to all of your personal things. Okay, perfect.
Perfect.
Jen, I have this wallet. I had these rubber bands on it, extra security, but because you're okay, inside of the post-it I have, inside of this wallet I have a post-it. Like I said, it's gonna be a little weird. I need you to write your number that unlocks the phone, just right across here. Once you're done that, close it up, put the rubber bands back on. Not like that. Put the rubber bands back on, just like so. And then let me know that you've done that, okay? Take these off, you take those, and then I'll hand you a pen. Just go ahead, turn around, write it in, close it up, and let me know that you've done that. This is one of the most scary parts of my life, doing things of this nature. Because at the end of the night, people tend to fear you and not ever want to trust you again. It's kind of scary. Okay, it's all done? Okay, perfect. Just as a little thing, you can't see through this, right? You can't see through that at all. Okay, just come over here, just hold your hand out. Hold your hand out like that. Put that here, and I'm gonna take your hand and put that on top, okay? Now, don't let anyone go near that anymore. Your code's in there. And that would be kind of giving your personal life away, basically. So if you want to, just stay there. But I need you to keep thinking of your phone code if that's fine. Just think of it. Don't say it out loud, just think of it. Let's see if I...
Think of it in Vietnamese or English? I usually think of numbers in Vietnamese, but okay.
That's a good question.
That is a good question. I never really thought about that. Both. Think about them in both, I guess. Okay, this might go. I'm gonna take 2 shots of this in this case. Okay. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Let's see if I can still. Some people see me, TranSe, the guy with all the crazy mind power. Others see me as a thief. Yeah, I know. Same one that breaks in and steals all of the currency. But for me, people like me, what's most valuable is your thoughts. The past, the present, and the future of your thoughts. None of those are safe around me. Now I know, this might scare you and you might want to run, but you shouldn't. You shouldn't. It wouldn't matter if you tried anyway, because I find you. And I make your life very, very difficult. Nice shoes. That is because I'm a thief. The same one that has found his way into his destination. Do you even notice me inside of your mind yet? I've been there for a couple of minutes. Creeping around, picking the locks to the chambers in the brain, shuffling through some of the files, and looking for the exact bit of information that I need. Your security? not really safe. Your skull not thick enough to ward off the skill at work. And this is because I am a thief. I move carefully, calculated to make sure I don't set off any alarms. The only time you notice that I'm there is when I tell you, because there are some times that I want you to feel me. Every bit of me. Vietnamese numbers, man. English numbers, man. Doesn't matter, because I'm already in your head. See, the thing is, we live our lives now dedicated to these devices, livelihoods trapped inside of these electronic boxes. And we have it saved away by a personal bit of information that we have lodged inside of our brain. All I have to do is look inside, find the room, pick the lock, take the information, hold it in my hand, and I can have every bit of you. See, I am kind. But you still fear me. I am loyal. But you should never trust me. Because I am a thief, the same one that moves unseen, more mysterious than anything you'll see in the night, and hopefully, big hopefully, I can show you why people fear me.